And we've been joined by USF Coach Willie Taggart. The Bulls are 3-5 overall, 2-2 in the American Athletic Conference. USF was in action this past Saturday against Cincinnati. Cincinnati won the game 34-17. And up next for USF will be this Saturday against Houston at Raymond James Stadium. A 4 p.m. Eastern Time start. The game will be televised on ESPN News. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call today. If you would take a minute to tie up the game against Cincinnati, and then tell us what you expect to see back at home Saturday against Houston, please.
Cincinnati game, we didn't play well enough as a football team to have a chance to win that game. We turned the ball over too many times and had some costly penalties that cost. We just didn't play winning football, and it showed in the score. So we got to play better. We got to play winning football by not turning the ball over and not getting those costly penalties that destroy our football team on Saturday.
Take questions for Coach Taggart, please. Star 1 on your telephone to join the queue. Then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll go to Dan Tortora. Dan Tortora, Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
Great. How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to go into that game. I know you talked a little bit about your last game against Cincinnati, but just what you're seeing out of your team, because there's kind of been, ebb and flow, ups and downs of the season. Where is South Florida right now as far as how you define the team moving forward?
Well, I think we're making progress. I think our guys are buying into what we're asking them to do, and I think each week we're learning as a young football team. We're playing a lot of young guys that have to learn, and our older guys learning not only each other but how to win. And I think we just got to continue to stay the course, and our guys just get to the point to where they go and make those winning plays and excited about making those winning plays, being consistent. We're just not a consistent football team right now. We're kind of up and down. We need to play consistent football.
And then as far as what you took away from Stephen Bench at quarterback and what he did for you in the game despite the loss to Cincinnati, what can you say about, his efforts? And I know Mike White's been a guy that you've leaned on a lot this season, but what you took away from Bench?
Well, I thought Bench, what we've been telling our entire football team all year, you never know when your opportunity comes. Just make sure you prepare like you're starting and make sure you're ready to go out to help the football team. And I think Stephen has done that, the entire year. He could have easily been one of those guys that moped around and pout because he wasn't a guy, but he just came and helped the team the best way he can. And he said, whenever you're ready, Coach, I'm ready. And sure enough, he came in and showed that he was ready to play and made some plays for us and got us moving the ball, and it was good to see.
How did the whole thing come about that, like you said, you're one play away at any point, you could be called upon? What clicked in your mind to say, Bench, I'm going to give you an opportunity today?
Well, I always told him to be ready. You just never know. And, again, Mike wasn't playing well at all. And you look at Mike's demeanor and just the way it wasn't a winning demeanor. It wasn't something that was going to energize our football team, and I think you want that from your quarterback. And he was just out of it. Mike was, and he told Mike at halftime, we have another series to go and prove yourself. If not, we're going to make the change. So those guys knew what was going to happen, and right after halftime, we fumbled a snap, after a turnover, and so we put Steven in. He was ready, and it was good to see.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go to Joey Knight, the Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, do you know anything definitively on the status of Chris and Andre for this upcoming game? Will they have to sit out a hat?
Andre will, and Chris won't.
Oh, okay. How is it, Chris? I don't understand the interpretation of the rule.
Chris got kicked out in the first half, so he sat out the second half of the game, and
okay.
Andre got kicked out in the second half, so he's got to sit out the first half of next game.
Okay, I got you. And Mike is definitely your starter for the Houston game?
Well, we're going to let those guys compete, We'll watch the film, evaluate the film, and we're going to let them compete and make sure we have the best guy to help us win a ball game. And it's kind of like that with our entire football team. We'll open and let guys compete. We need guys that's going to go out and compete and help this team. So they'll compete throughout the week, and we'll decide who's going to be our guy at the end. And not necessarily looking for a thrower or a runner. I'm looking for a competitor that's going to do whatever it takes to help this football team win. And that's what we're looking for.
Thanks, Coach.
Next, we'll go to Joey Johnston, Tampa Tribune.
Well, what do you think's going on with Mike White? You said, he wasn't into it, and clearly he made a lot of just physical mistakes, and he sort of had not a great first half at Tulsa. What's been going on the last few weeks with him, and how concerned are you about his progress?
Well, I thought last week at Tulsa, other than the pick six, I thought it was just some bad thrown balls, not necessarily something that was just terribly wrong, just not throwing some balls and some good balls. You go back and watch it. It wasn't just him. He was running good routes, too. But and then this game is just the turnover. I felt like, personally, the week before he threw a pick six. The second play of the game, the second play of the game, he threw another pick. And I thought he started pressing after that, started to worry about making mistakes rather than making plays, and I thought he played that way. He was playing not to make a mistake rather than playing to make plays. And when you play that way, bad things happen. They keep happening, so and you got to be able to play through that. When things go bad, just play the next play. We talk about that. We preach that a lot to our guys. Just play the next play, and he's got to learn as a quarterback. You can't let him see you sweat. You can't let your teammates see that, And so I thought it was just him pressing, and once something went bad, then he started thinking about the other things, and it really got him out of it, And it was, you saw it on his face and mistakes that we were making.
As far as Andre having to miss the first half, is your plan just going to be he'll just be ready the second half and it'll be business as usual? Is that how it's going to work with him?
Well, he's going to practice. He's going to practice with our game plan, and again, he can't play, so we'll have someone else in there the first half, and when he come back, just fit into the game plan and see if he can come and help our football team in the second half. Him not being there in the first half hurt our football team, so hopefully he's fired up to come help our team in the second half.
Is the call justified? Did you get a better look at it or a better explanation, or do you have some idea of kind of why it was interpreted the way it was?
Again, I'm sorry.
The call against Andre, did you get a better look at it on film or a better explanation of why it was called the way it was?
We saw it. It's pretty much what the ref said. He threw a punch, and you can't do that. Dre was totally out of his character. Never seen Dre that way, and I know a lot of it was frustration. And again, he just can't be that way, being the captain. And the guys got frustrated and got out of character, and you can't do that. That's not, to me, that's not a guy that's interested in winning at the time. It's more about himself. That's a selfish play that hurts your team. Some of those penalties were selfish plays, and we can't allow that. We can't. That's not winning football. So, but he owned up to his mistake. He understands that's not what we do, and like I said, that's totally out of his character. I was really shocked at that.
Do we have any other questions for Coach Taggart? Please star 1 on your telephone if so. And Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
All right. Thank you very much.